All right, traders, welcome to the training series called Cryptocurrency Trading for Beginners. This is Greg Vogel, and we're going to teach you a 9-step process here on how to trade. Now, if you're a brand new trader, whether you're a pro trader, there's always stuff to learn, but especially for new traders, we're going to walk you through a process if you've ever wanted to learn how to trade any type of market. But we're going to specifically be talking about cryptocurrency trading, but these 9 steps apply to all types of trading. Now, here's what we're not talking about. What we're not talking about is buying Bitcoin and holding that position and hoping it goes up. That is called hodl position. Hold on for dear life. That's not what we do. You've seen that all over Facebook, where everybody jump in and buy Bitcoin. And then in late 1997, the price from Bitcoin went from $2,900 against $1 all the way up past 17,000, which I traded that. It did extremely well, but that was a longer term position. We're going to talk to you about how to trade. You're waiting for very small trading opportunities that you can get in and out of the markets within a matter of a couple of days. And this is really, really cool. It's a lot of fun, and it can be extremely profitable if you understand how to do it. So that's why I created this series, so that you guys can walk through in all of these steps. There's going to be 9 steps. 9 steps to becoming a rockstar crypto trader. We're going to be walking you through these 9 steps. And if you understand these 9 steps, and each one is easy to do, this is not extremely difficult, okay? But you got to have these 9 fundamental pieces down to be successful as a trader. So let's go through the 9 steps you're going to be going through in this series. And first of all, we're going to be talking about the trader's mindset. The first thing you need to understand is that trading is a business. It is not gambling. A lot of people think about trading like, oh, always got to be in a trade. It is about a business. We're going to teach you how to have the mindset of a trader, because if your mind is right, okay, you have the chance to be successful. We can teach you the how-to all day long. But if your mindset is not correct, especially number 1 and 2 are probably the most important parts of this series and learning how to trade, okay, is number 1, your mindset. 90% of trading is psychological. And we're going to start talking to you a little bit through that, okay? 2, we're going to talk about managing your money. Before you start taking that first trade, you want to understand a process and how much you're going to be trading. You need to have a game plan of attack, or you start getting aggressive. When you start winning over and over again, it's really easy to start doing really dumb things. And then you start trading too much of your account at once, and then you have some losses, and then you lost everything you gained. So we're going to teach you how to be profitable and how to stay profitable. Number 3, we're going to talk about understanding what's called support and resistance. We're going to be pulling up some charts. I'm going to show you what this is and how this works. We're going to teach you how to understand what the trend is. And then we're going to be talking about trading with the trend versus what's called counter trend trading, okay? And then we're going to talk about how, once you understand steps 1 through 5, how do we find the perfect trade setup, okay? How do we sit back and wait for the right trade like a hunter, waiting. You just don't start clicking buttons and start buying Bitcoin because you think it's going to go up. You wait like a hunter, okay? And we're going to be talking about how to do that. And once you're in there, how do you protect that trade? Because you're not going to win every trade. This is something you need to understand. You're not going to win every trade, and if you're going to have some losses on trades, you have to cover those losses and keep them very, very small. We want to keep our losses very small and let our winners run. So number 8 is let your winners run. Once we're in a winning trade, how do we manage that trade? How do you maximize as much profit as you can out of that trade? And we're going to show you exactly how to do that. And number 9 is once you understand the first 8 pieces, I'm going to show you how you can completely automate the entire process using software that you can 10x your trading, okay? So let's get into the video series, and we'll go to the first video. All right, traders, we're back to this section. Section number 1, the trader's mindset in the Cryptocurrency for Beginners series, and the 9 steps to becoming a rockstar crypto trader. Now, first of all, let's talk about a trader's mindset. So first of all, let's talk about McDonald's. Okay, so let's say you have a job at McDonald's, and many of you watching this video maybe either have or known somebody, or you've eaten there, or any type of restaurant right there, right? Like a restaurant chain. So they don't just get in there and flip burgers and decide, hey, Bill decides I want to give 2 pieces of cheese and 4 pickles on a sandwich, while Susie gives 6 pickles on a sandwich, while Bill only gives 1 pickle on a sandwich, right? Because why? What happens? because when the customer comes by, they don't know what they're going to get, right? It is not a predictable machine. Reason the McDonald's works and a lot of these other franchises work is because their business is run like a well-oiled machine. Okay, there's a process, a system. Imagine a huge, thick manual, everything from how to clean the floors to how each burgers is cooked, exactly how many seconds on each side. I mean, it's an entire process. And what we're going to be talking about is setting up a trading plan and having the trader's mindset. We'll talk more about the trading plan and equity management. But the trader's mindset that you need to understand is that this is a business. If you're getting into trading because you think you have a gambler's mentality of, oh my gosh, I got $100, I can turn that into $1,000 in a month. Think about that. Where do you take $100 and turn it into $1,000 a month? It sounds like Las Vegas, doesn't it? Or any type of gambling casino. So that's not what we're doing, because what happens at most casinos, if you know the story, you hear a lot of people win and win tons of money, and they know how to do gambling, and they go do all that stuff and do well. However, most of the time the house wins. And trading is going to be the same way. If you have a gambling mindset when you get into trading the markets, you're going to get killed eventually. So the trader's mindset is number one, we're going to put a predictable trade plan in place, which we'll get into in number two under equity and trade management, okay, of having a trade plan. Number two, this is a business. So we have a predictable machine. You have a certain amount of capital that you're working with, and you have a game plan of how you're going to grow and scale that capital. So the biggest thing you need to understand in the mindset is you have to wake up in the morning with the mindset that this is a business that you're going to run. There's going to be systems. You're going to be following a game plan exactly, a systemized game plan that you're going to put together, and you're going to follow that plan every single time. So there's a lot of things we want to talk about. Number one, in trader's mindset. And we're going to get into this a little bit later, but one of those is called revenge trading. So like we're going to be talking about in section number 2 under managing your money. And it's going to be talking about, you want to go into each trade, right, with a specific amount that you're going to risk on a trade. So let's say you have a $10,000 account. You want to risk 2% of your account. So if that trade goes against you and you lose that trade, you're going to close that trade using what's in section 7 called a stop loss. Okay. So what happens if you have $10,000 in an account, you lose a trade, you lost $200? Are you really going to freak out about that? It's $200, right? But if you don't have that trading plan in place because you have a strong mindset as a trader and you break out of that and you say, what if you had 10 wins in a row? What if you had 15 wins in a row? Tell me right now that you wouldn't get a little bit cocky and think that you're unstoppable. This is exactly what happened to me in November of 2006 when I was trading the foreign currency markets, and I took a trade with my own money. I had $132,000, I think, in an account. I went away for a couple of days. I took a trade without using a stop loss, a trade that I thought I could not lose. I was killing it for the last 2.5 months, like almost unstoppable. I took a trade. I took too much of a trade. I risked too much without a stop loss at all. And what happened when I came back 3 days later? Literally, I walked away thinking I was going to let the market run. I got my account margined out, which basically what was left was I had like $12,000 left in my own personal account. So I lost over $120,000 on one trade on the pound dollar because my mindset wasn't strong. I was gambling at that point. And at that point, I've been a trader already for a year and a half, and I already knew that you have to have a trading plan in place. So listen to me very carefully. If you're going to be trading successfully, cryptocurrency, I don't care if it's crypto, if it's Forex, if it's stocks, options, whatever, think about this as a business, okay? So you've got to keep a strong mindset and have a plan of attack that you're going to be using that same exact plan over and over again. So let's go to the next section. We're going to talk about how to manage your money. This is probably the most important part of trading other than having the trader's mindset.